Indra, shall we start?
Yeah, we can. So, good evening. Am I audible, sir, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes. Good evening. I welcome you all in this interactive webinar under the Startup Sati webinar series on the behalf of iHub SSIP and TIE Ahmedabad. SSIP, Student Startup and Innovation Policy, is a unique initiative of the Education Department, Government of Gujarat, which aims to create a student-centric pre-incubation and innovation ecosystem across the state. Gujarat Student Startup and Innovation Hub, iHub, is being developed under the aegis of the Student Startup and Innovation Policy, which is envisioned to be the nexus for all startup stakeholders and which will operate in a hub and spoke model. And it will be a single point access for all the budding student innovators and startups in Gujarat. I would now like to request Piali Chattopadhyay, Executive Director, TIE Ahmedabad, to kindly introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Arijit Bhattacharya, sir. Piali, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Dhara. Dhara, as you mentioned, I'm sure many of you are aware, the main objective of TIE is fostering entrepreneurship through networking, mentoring, nurturing, and knowledge sharing. And Arijit has been a member of TIE for a very long time. He is founder of multiple startups and also the creator of India's one of the first 3D games based on mythology and India's one of the first virtual reality institute and a lab. He has recently been appointed as the Senator for India for WBAF, which is the World Business Angel Investment Forum. So with these, let's start. What we can do is we can give our first 25 to 30 minutes for the presentation and talk by Arijit, and then I think we can do the question answer. I'll request everyone, if you have any questions in the meantime, I'll request you to put it on the chat, and we can anyway take it once the talk and the presentation part is over. I think that should be fine. Arijit, is that okay? Then over to you.
Perfectly fine. So I hope I'm audible to everyone and visible as well, right? The audio visual is working properly?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Give me a second to share my screen. Okay, I hope you guys can see my screen, right? I'm just zooming it out a little bit so that everything can be visible to everyone. Well, welcome to TIE family, and basically I call as a extended family of mine. I'm into TIE for I think approx 1.5 decades now, and it's a beautiful platform for fostering entrepreneurship and mentoring, guiding the new startups. A lot of startup stories has been started from TIE platform itself, and I'm one of the case most probably. So I became TIE member when I was a student. I was doing my MCA then. Anyway. So I'm going to bore you for the next 1 hour, and the meaning for bore for my dictionary will be beginning of re-engineered entrepreneurship. So I'll be taking my session in a couple of segments. My main objective of this session is talking about the deep tech. Okay, so I'll be starting with one story, an interesting story. Imagine person X is traveling and he is driving a car, and he is wearing an augmented reality glass. Depending on his body pressure and his blood pressure and his facial recognition, the glass itself understood that Mr. X is hungry. And when he is hungry at around 4 o'clock, he usually have either burger or he usually have a pizza. It knows. And for that same reason, the glass asked Mr. X whether he is hungry at the moment or not. Mr. X said yes. So the AR glass gives him the option that would you like to go for burger or would you like to go for the pizza? Mr. X said, I'm going for pizza. So for next 5 to 10 kilometers, the AR glass itself searches about the nearby food joint. He gave a reply again. Mr. X is driving the car with his both hand. He's wearing this kind of AR glass. So glass asked him again, do you need a cheese pizza or would you like to prefer some more olive on it? He said, I'll go for more olive. So the AR glass gave him a reply, okay, fine, done. After a few minutes, when he was about to reach the destination, the nearby food joint, he found the food is ready. He just have that pizza, consume it, and go away. Now, what happened in between? In between, this AR glass is actually finding the data using his own blockchain signature. The payment has been already done to that restaurant itself regarding the extra olive pizza. And when he was there, he just got the delivery. He went away, didn't transact anything because all payment has been done in a proper, structured, encrypted manner. He don't have to swipe his card. Everything is done. I'm not talking about future tech. I'm actually talking about something which is coming up. So we actually consider COVID-19 and COVID-19 era in two different aspects, post-COVID-19 and pre-COVID-19. Post-COVID-19 is going to be something where AI, where ML, where virtual reality, augmented reality, all going to play a very different kind of active role. Depending on the industry, I have actually crafted this presentation in a completely different way. In the screen itself, you might have seen various games. So these are all characters created by my company, my team. These are all the characters created from the mythology. So usually people feel that, oh my God, it's a child play. What's the relationship between game and these kind of storyline that Arijit is talking about? Well, the whole scenario I have been presenting in front of you, the AR glass and the communication process, everything can be done using the gaming technology. We sometimes use the engine, we sometimes use the algorithm. I'm going to show you multiple number of examples. For an example, we have Mahishasur as one of the character, Kumbhakarn has one of the character, Shani as one of the character, you know. So these are the characters which are going to be the future icon for a couple of brands. I'll show them live. Now, for making a brand active in this kind of world needs participation of people. When you launch any kind of game in the Play Store, or maybe India usually know 3 Play Stores: Google Play Store, Apple, Amazon. Some people know that there are few local Play Stores available. Maybe people know few of them, but around the world there are more than 300 plus local app stores available. When you put your game into those Play Stores, people are downloading it, enjoying it, you get number of users. For those number of users, you filter out their choice, you filter out their mindset, and you filter out their business structure. Depending on that business structure, you ask the companies to put their advertisement. So what happened? This was the first case when we started with real actor from Calcutta. So Mainak is an actor mainly in local movies, in Bengali movies. We converted him into a particular 3D character which became an avatar for multiple brands. I'm getting some disturbance from some probably.
Can you please mute your device? I don't know, somebody is here.
Yeah. So the test case of Moinak happened in such a way where Moinak do have his own fan base into the digital world. After releasing the movie, he started getting orders from brands. Could you please represent us into the VR world so that our brand becomes popular? Because he already built his own avatar, his own persona in the gaming world. Slowly, the gaming world started merging with the virtual reality world. That merging happened like this. If you don't know about them, well, this is one of the finest megastar from Bengal. His name is, this is Priyanka, this is Amrita, and this is Arjun. If you can try to see, this is the 3D character, this is the 3D character, and this is the 3D character. Exactly look like the real-time, real-life actor. They act like them, walk like them, they move like them. So we did real-time, real-life simulation of all of them did 360-degree camera movement with characterization and specialization. You know what happened after that? When you release a movie, I'm just taking one by one sector. When you release a movie, the movie might be running for, say, 2 months. If it's a hit one, maybe it is running for a year. What happens after that? You sell the rights. Maybe you do it in TV, you go for satellite rights, you go for digital rights. But in this world, this game is running for the last 4 years. And this was actually Bengal's first Calcutta-based movie game. And for the last 4 years, this gentleman, along with a couple of other actor and actress, they have been hyped into multiple number of countries, because when you release a game, the game actually released worldwide. For a movie, releasing that worldwide is a bit challenge money wise, but in the gaming world, when you go for proper publishing, you get all those kind of publishing footprints. And they have been approached by several brands to be their face out of India. So possibility is becoming reality when you actually encourage people on realistic approach. Now I'm just going to show you another realistic approach. Shaktiman. When I met Mr. Khanna, we had a nice chat, and we started digging into the fact that yes, Shaktiman used to be one of the finest TV series once upon a time when I was a kid, and I was fan of Shaktiman once upon a time. So while building all these superhero characters, I approached him very humbly, and he said, "Okay, fine, Arijit, you use the character, and maybe you can give it a different kind of height." So I asked him, "Can we simulate you as Shaktiman, because you are Shaktiman?" Well, he became aged, as you can see in the picture. But in the 3D, it was a challenging job for us. We made him the way he used to look around 30 years back, around 25, 30 years back. It was challenge. But the possibility become a complete different. In a possibility sector, you actually place the superhero in front of the teenagers, you create merchandising items, you create it for the brand promotion, and you actually give different kind of visibility in various part of the world. So slowly in superhero world, it is becoming popular and popular, and I'm sure in due course of time, it's going to hit the market in a complete different way. Now, connecting that part, I'm going to connect you with another concept. I'm making it very fast because we have a limited time, and I want you guys to ask me various questions after maybe the presentation. If I'm too fast, just raise your hand, I'll become slow down. So when you actually do such kind of activities in gaming world, people feel that, oh my God, gaming is like, you're playing game with your mobile, maybe in PC, maybe you're using some console. Where is the real-time connect? The real-time connect and real-life connect happens when you integrate cosplay with it. You make a character popular in the world, which is maybe the virtual reality world, maybe the digital world. And you know what happens? When you make this kind of character popular, you try to create similar kind of dresses in real life. So I'm giving you a real life example of one of our game. So when you play Fight of the Legions, you have an option to buy its dresses, its item from the real-time store. So when you're playing the game will give you an option. If you like that particular, say, you like the hat, or maybe you like the dress, you have been pinged by the local store that, hey, you know what? I have this dress. If you want to buy, please come. And there is a discount that is going on. Tagline: it is all AI. It is all machine learning. The machine itself from the game is learning whether you have a like or dislike or not. If you have that, from which shop you can buy it. And if you're going for, buying that dress, there is an option before buying it. You can actually try it in augmented reality. I'm going to touch upon that as well. I'm going to show you a few of the videos as well. Well, talking about the same, I mean, for the last couple of minutes, I've been talking about virtual reality, augmented reality, and you might have think that, virtual reality devices are actually expensive. There are, different kind of concept in VR world that you might be able to buy a small piece of plastic and you insert your phone, it becomes your VR device. Let me break the myth. Those kind of devices are very good if you want to have, you can say, first user experience. But if you want to actually experience virtual reality, this is basically a box of plastic. You just have an option, a plastic and two glasses. You just have the option maybe to insert your mobile into that particular box, and that gives you a 3D VR effect. But if you want to interact with it with some maybe devices for motion captures and all, it is not going to give you that kind of infrastructure. The real VR device I'm going to show you. This is a real virtual reality device, although it's not available at the moment in India, but this is one of our product. It has got all the buttons on the top. So when you wear like this, you have an option to interact. It has got processor, it has got memory, it has got Wi-Fi connectivity, doesn't need any kind of mobile. There is nothing, everything is inbuilt. You have the movement option, you have the interactive option, and moreover, you have two different rings. If you wear them, you can actually do the motion capturing. I'll show you the videos, so don't worry. And then we have another kind of device which we call as mixed reality or extensive reality. It's called XR device. When it is connected with some computer, and you can project that thing happening in your digital world inside the PC into the real world, and you can interact with this kind of remote sensors. Okay, you can use it like this, right? Because it's a webinar, I can't show you the whole operation, but I'm going to show you some videos. Coming back to that merchandising part, talking about games, talking about making characters available, making dresses available, we floated an e-commerce portal on all these dresses, including amulets, including weapons, including toys, including the dresses. And well, we never ever thought that we were going to stop over there. What we did, we went into the XR world. I'm going to show you what is XR world. Let me finish my presentation. We went for these kind of dresses into real life show, and as I was saying, this lady, she is an actress. She is not wearing the dress. She is actually trying it in extensive reality. Okay, so in XR world, she got an option to try the dress before she's actually wearing it. The same thing is happening here as well. Okay, so we tried to create a storyline based system where they are actually experiencing XR into real world. And the dresses you saw, well, I have something called doing something called good for society. So me and my teammates, we traveled various part of India, talking to the people who are not very lucky to get a good amount of money. Their income level is really, really low, but they are handicraft designers, but they have the skill set to maybe create some dress, maybe some arts, some dokra arts, some maybe toys. We started giving them training, and these guys actually made it happen. So whatever money we are generating, we are giving back to these kind of communities so that they can grow and uplift themselves. Talking about the VR, I'm going to take one by one example now. Okay, VR can be done these kind of segments. One, we can go for entertainment. We can always create these kind of games where we have zombie shooting, we have fightings, but think of the possibilities. You can always go for a test case where you train the military with new line of guns. The exact kind of recoil can be done, exact kind of experience can be given. You can create a battlefield where they have been trained, maybe in a different situation. You can create a snow situation, you can create a situation where there is jungle, you can create some situation where inside the city. You can go for various amount of training, and moreover, you can always go for a training module for your maybe automotive industry. So this VR game of ours is actually for giving training for a user who don't know how to drive. It is teaching them how to drive a car. VR is not stopped into only entertainment or automotive. Nowadays, VR is actually being utilized in healthcare industry in a very different way. In VR, imagine a situation that you can actually detect patients and you can actually check their possible situation, maybe their brain, maybe their inside body parts, using the virtual reality and augmented reality situations. And in the back end, the AI is allowing you to understand, detect, and maybe go for a pre-operation or pre-surgery before doing the actual one. It is giving you a flexibility to understand and learn. So this picture is actually an example how you can learn a basic surgery. So this is the VR zone where these two people are not real. This is the Caesar, and they are doing everything in VR in real time, real life mode. So it's not an actual body. This is all for training, and the training has been done before maybe you are going for actual operation. It can be done during the training session as well. Interesting fact, nowadays VR is being used for physically challenged people to give them proper treatment. This picture is an example of that. So with VR, you can experience actually the movements and the treatment part. You can actually detect the bodies. Here you go, these parts. I hope you can see my mouse icon, I'm not sure. And you can experience all those kind of speeding up process. This process with research, it has been seen that when you do any normal kind of treatment, but if you integrate VR into this, it is actually increasing the productivity level. Let me show you a video. I'm sure it is going to run.
We'll inject lidocaine around the wound to numb the area. More stable. Close up the laceration.
The video is not being played.
Yeah, you can't see the video as of now.
You can't see the video?
No.
Uh-oh. Can you see my PPT as well?
No, yes, presentation slide is visible.
I don't know what happened. Let me check. Is it visible something? I mean, you can visualize.
Yeah, probably a
Yeah.
YouTube.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is.
Yes. But
Okay.
lagging, I think. Let's see.
Okay.
Area.
Now, when you go to construction world, when you go to garment industry, if you remember that I was talking about something on, wearing your dress before you actually buy it or purchase it. This is one of the examples where you can actually cross-check how you're going to look if you buy that. Is it visible now, or again, it's not visible?
It is not visible yet.
Slides are visible now. Slides.
I guess there is some network issue because there are multiple number of participants and it's going live. Might be. I'll go very slow. I'll go very slow. No issues. No worries. Okay.
You're only sharing your one window, so if another window opens, we cannot see what's going on.
No, I'm sharing it in only one window actually. I haven't opened any other window yet.
Okay.
Is it visible now?
Yeah, this slide is which talks about the construction leather and
Yeah. I'm not showing any video, so let me run it after
Yeah.
this explanation. So in this is basically one of the live example of XR, where you can do pre-construction before you go for the real life construction. This is the blueprint that these guys have, and this is the kind of building that they are trying to make. So I'm going to show you a video before I think I jump into the explanation and how you can go it with fashion industry. This is an example of leather industry, construction industry, and few others. So I'll be showing you one automotive one. Let me know if it is visible or not. Is it visible to you all?
Yeah, it should start. Yes.
Everyone can see this?
Correct. Your body is in your spirit.
Okay. So you can actually imagine a situation that you don't have to move from your home. Rather, you're just using maybe a VR device. It can be HTC Vive, it can be Oculus, it can be Microsoft HoloLens, whatever you're using. And at the same time, if you have your team ready with all those devices, you can do the co-production. I mean, that can be done in any different kind of industry. I'm going to show you another example of similar activities which can be done in real estate.
So what we're seeing is a real-time condo environment running in virtual reality. You can look around, crouch down to the floor, or even jump up to look over the fridge. You move around by teleporting your position with the hand controllers. I use the teleportation method as it is more suited for new users of virtual reality. Doing so, you are much less likely to feel motion sickness, but at the same time, it can be rather limiting for people with more experience using virtual reality. To fully appreciate this, you would actually need to watch it on a virtual reality headset, as the video we are watching now is only in 2 dimensions. So how did I create this scene? The virtual condo is based off a real place, and by living here, it made matching the look and feel much easier. I can safely say that walking around in the virtual condo feels right at home in terms of.
This nowadays is actually common, but if you look at this kind of situation where you have a flexibility to purchase your maybe sunglass or maybe your dress, and how you are going to look into real world, you can do it real time using the XR or using the VR devices. And nowadays, if you go beyond those normal VR things, usually we take the term VR, AR, XR in one liner. 3 of them are different, as well as 3 of them are similar. So when you talk about augmented reality is actually combining the real world with the 3D world. So this guy is wearing a Microsoft HoloLens, where he can actually build something on the open space using the HoloLens itself. I'm going to show you a few of the examples, then I'll go deep into it. Please, ask me, shoot me any question after this slide, because I don't want to go very, very technical. I'm just keeping everything in general so that everybody can understand it. If you need any kind of technicalities, I'll be more than happy to explain.
Was an expert. If everyone had expert knowledge, long dragged out breakdowns, for a simple thing, lack of knowledge, right, or through miscommunication, and customer repairs. We introduced Paul to augmented reality. Now, the front of the module in the
focus. Yes. Go to your left a bit more. No, that's the panel. Go to your left a little bit more. Yep. There's the right button flashing. Click that. Yep. That should be solid now. All right. Exactly the same thing on the second module to your right hand side. So close the lid, place the guards on, magazine, guard, end guard, and then lock the module guards. So, what did Lee think of being guided by Paul? Not a hassle, not a problem. It's just like having someone looking over your shoulder watching what you're doing. Augmented reality removes the need to physically be located at the source of the problem, helping you do more with less. I'm sure videos are not actually streaming properly because even though we call India as digital India, but till date we have network issues. We don't actually have high internet connection. I'm really sorry personally for this. So I tried to give real-time example, but unfortunate case. I mean, it's not in my hands. Well, I'll most probably yes, I'll be most probably sharing all the details after the session is over. So let me take it. Because we have only 1 hour, and I already bored you for 30 minutes. So XR is actually a combination of virtual reality, mixed reality, and augmented reality. XR is allowing you to give a projection, maybe using hologram or maybe using some other technology, to have a look at the same time you're working inside your VR zone, or maybe interacting with your clients. Let me try to give one example. I'm not sure whether it will run properly or not. I'm trying my best, but I'm going to take the example of one of my corporate connect. I would say her name is Anna. She is doing amazing drawing using the XR system. If it is not running, I'll be trying to put it in the chat box. Maybe you can open it individually into your browser. Do you want to learn to draw professional and impressive artwork from scratch that will blow people's minds? Here you go. She is doing everything using XR. Whatever drawing you are watching, it is actually XR example. She is using these devices to draw on the surface, which is pure thin air. And I have already shared the link in the chat box so that you can individually open it in your browser. So let me jump into something which is interesting. We have been talking about all VR, XR, AR, game development. What is this AI is actually doing over here? So whatever you have seen, whatever you have experienced, AI is acting as a backend into virtual reality and game development. And for your information, game development is basically the early adopter of artificial intelligence long time back. And we actually play with people's mind. We call it as neuromarketing long back. Now the neuromarketing term actually came in the world, but we are using day in, day out, day night to understand people's mindset. So nowadays in food technology, AI is used. Just think of a tea maker where you are actually using that tea maker using a web surface. You can actually make your own kind of tea with your mobile set. Maybe you can go for a particular kind of tea leaf, and maybe your sweetness, you can choose everything using your smartphone, and before you come to your maybe house, your tea is actually ready. Banking and financial service, they are using AI in various parts. The most and trusted case is using the chatbots. So when you enter and log in into the banking system, there are chatbots who are actually available for you to interact with you, communicate with you, understand your need, and give a reply on need-based system. The early adoption of AI happened in fraud detection process, where using the AI, MasterCard is actually detecting whether there is any kind of fraudulent transaction happening or not, depending on various data points. It's pretty complex process. I'm not going very deep into it. I'll be showing very few example of all those AI things and all. But according to my understanding, whatever time I have spent in AI for the last couple of years, AI actually improved a lot. So we used to use a lot of different kind of algorithm building the AI based products, and slowly we started giving the machine a learning method which can actually give them an option to learn by themselves. So AI ML, both are different term, but actually goes hand in hand. It's an option where you are teaching the system what to do, what not to do in next phase, and the machine itself is improvising its own database system, its own intelligence system. That's the power of machine learning. And in machine learning, we have done something. I would be more than happy to show you that example. Let me see if I can find it in my, yeah, it is there. Although the video quality wouldn't be very crisp, but yes, I'm going to try it. This is a solution we did using artificial intelligence, no connection with VR or AR or anything related to that. So I'd love you to maybe, I hope the video is visible, it would be audible. We did it in Israel and floated a company in Denmark.
So Arijit, the video is not seen and we can't even hear properly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go. Maybe I'll explain it. Is it fine? Okay, so what we did, we actually took front camera of a mobile, and it can detect your skin, it can detect your eyes, it can detect your the way you breathe. Okay, so depending on your say if I'm looking at this camera, it will detect my skin color, my tone, and everything, and it can detect whether I have got flu, I have got some amount of problem in the inside the human body. And depending on those kind of interfaces, it can actually tell me whether I'm infected by COVID-19 or not. This is already being used in 4 different countries, and we have jointly collaborated with the government to find the early detection of COVID-19 so that we can save human life. Trying best to get it done in India as well with various data points, but we are lacking data points. That's the main, you can say, issue that we usually get in Indian system. In any case, I'll be going deep into the blended structure of retail and e-commerce. If you run any kind of, say, any kind of store or maybe chain of business, maybe a manufacturing unit, everything can be uplifted and upgraded in an automatic way. So if you run a manufacturing unit, you can use robotic heads, you can use robotic hands, you can use robotic eyes to do the manufacturing process better and much more accurate. In that way, people will not be jobless. Rather, you will need a different breed of people who will be most probably able to control these robotic hands, control these robotic eyes, so that things goes in an auto mode. You don't have issues about human interaction in a very the way Indian system do. I mean, sorry about this statement, but we have our industry structure. All of us do follow that. But if you uplift it, upgrade it with the power of AI, it's an amazing journey you are going to face. Trust me, we moved to cloud network remote control working mode in 2017 end. So during this COVID-19 time, we never ever stopped our production. I mean, we are live working from anywhere from the globe, and the system is allowing us to do anything using the network connectivity. Yes, you might say there is a possibility of fraud, there is a possibility of system security. Certainly we are trying to take care of all those kind of possible options. Certainly we take a lot of challenges. There are challenges in the Indian system where we have less bandwidth. There are challenges where we have a possibility of data snatching. But yes, we are taking care of all those kind of points. So as a company, if you guys feel that this is the right time to move your maybe your finance base, maybe your client data point, or maybe your production process, I don't know about your business much, so I'm just going generic. You can always try those remote network possibilities where you can actually have the flexibility working from anywhere, and you are not going to face any kind of trouble. The data points are nowadays blocked by, or rather protected by, the blockchain technology, and there are a couple of other technologies available where you can actually protect your data point. Let me touch a little bit on blockchain and IoT and what exactly can be done. I'm skipping all the videos because can't run it properly. So in blockchain, you can actually, very simple, if you are running a university, you can go for all the results, all the examination results, or maybe the maybe the control system of students into blockchain. What happens? You have a unique key for all those individual people. Just imagine if you lose your certificate, it's just gone. You again have to come to university, wait for a couple of days, reprint it, refind it from the database, and then again print it. But if you are all saved into a decentralized system using a blockchain technology, there is no option that you can lose your data. You can get it done from anywhere in the globe. You can actually get the data from anywhere. You just have to have a very small amount of bandwidth, download it, print it out from anywhere. That's an example of universities. You can go for medical record keeping, you can go for digital IDs, you can actually go for the supply chains. So in business, usually blockchain allow communicating with the unique customer. You can actually hold your customer base, you can go for the retailer base, you can actually have repeat customer if you have everything in blockchain. There is no way that anyone can actually do a duplicacy or maybe a fraudulent activities. Those things are already taken care of. Talking about the related kind of industry, sorry about being so fast. I can see it's 4:46 already. If you go through the related kind of technology, there is another very beautiful thing. Most probably we all are actually using it. It's called Internet of Things. In small word, it's IoT. Imagine a situation, I'm actually inside my house, and I can say turn on lights, light will be turned on. If I can say that turn off the lights, lights will be turned off. This is very common nowadays. You can use your smartphone to control your maybe your lights, your fan. The world moved in a different way. In agriculture nowadays, people are using IoT to do smart agri. People are nowadays using healthcare. They are using health tech, using those kind of IoT solutions where they can actually control stuff, monitor better, faster, and a very sophisticated manner. I was talking with one of the startup from another country, and they have been showing me a device which can actually detect and monitor, and it can actually save time of nurses. It can actually monitor the patient very properly in a very easiest way, and people are using it, people are taking it. Imagine a situation into a hotel, you are saving your electricity. When you are going out from your room, maybe you're not inserting your key, or maybe you have inserted some other card and the room is actually running. Forget all those kind of system. If you are not inside the room, automatically room temperature, room ACs, room lights will be turned off. So it can actually detect human body. So those kind of things are actually in the market. People are using it just to save the cost. It's not about increasing your cost. In the long run, it is saving a lot. So I'll be finishing my presentation. So this is the last slide. So we try to connect consumers with technology and certainly with creativity. And it's all about riding a tiger. We are all tiger riders, whoever have started their business, their venture. I can see there are a lot of chat messages. Piali, you want me to answer one by one?
Yeah, sure. In fact, you could start. There was one from Ravi Agarwal.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Raviji, you asked me a question that can we stay in Calcutta and see the work going on in, say, Gujarat in a house in real time? Yes, you can. Well, costing depends on what flexibility, what level you are looking for. Are you looking for 3 layer of security? You're looking for 1 layer of security, depending on that. In a nutshell, if I give you a approx answer, it might start from 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs, depending on your your requirement. It can go up, it can go down. But in a nutshell budget, you may think of a budget of maybe 3 to 3.5 lakhs. Well, then I have another question from Mr. Hiteshwar. Could you share any deep tech innovation happening in mental health? Yes, of course. Very interesting question. Thanks for this question. I was going too fast. Actually, I had a video for the same. Well, regarding the mental health care, people are using virtual reality device to cure patients. Nowadays, they have been yeah, we can do that. Give me a second, Mr. Ravi. Let me answer that part first. People are nowadays using virtual reality solutions to give them a happy moment, engage with real life, understand their brain, understand their way they are thinking, understand what is going on, what is the mental situation. So it's not about only a one person. So it's a AI based system in the back end, which is actually connecting multiple number of doctors' opinion and controlling the human mind, and then trying to optimize it, penetrate it. Nowadays, there is another very beautiful concept came for geriatric patients. They are adopting virtual pets. The fun part is when you adopt a virtual pet, it's like maybe you're adopting a puppy and you grow it in virtual world. Day by day, you have to feed it. You have to go out, walk with it, interact with it, talk with it, and then come back. And I'm not sure about the year. I really forgot the year. But somehow in Asia, somebody created a robotic dog, which became a real-time, real-life dog for geriatric people. And it can actually interact, work, the usual homeworks, usual household works, usual stuffs and all, maybe bringing the newspaper and all, and people are happy. Okay, I've got another question. Are we bound to end it within 5 o'clock, Piali?
Sorry, I think 5-10 minutes should be fine if our rest of our
okay. Let me address
attendees are okay with it.
One more question. Yeah. Okay. Your views on streaming live 3D VR
yes, please.
class? Yeah. Streaming live 3D VR class to lakhs of students on class schedule. Okay. It can be done, sir. It can be done. But the only challenge is the cost of these kind of VR glasses are really, really high. So I would recommend not to go with VR at the moment, but yes, we can have a holographic projection. There is a company, I know them personally, who are actually maintaining, managing virtual reality based holographic meeting rooms. So there is a interesting topic you might search in Google. It's called Second Life. So when you go for Second Life, you will see number of people are living a different kind of life into that particular virtual world. These kind of technologies can be used to train students. Forget lakhs, we can go for crores. But the only challenge is network connectivity. If you have a good network, voila, everything can be done. Okay. We had prepared web portal for frames using NLP, but the thing is digital literacy of farmers is lesser. So which new technologies that we can use to make portal easy? It's common farmers. Okay, I need to understand, Mr. Mo. I don't recognize your name. Okay, I need to understand in details so that I can address the same. I'll be available after this. PLE have got my email ID. You can shoot a mail directly to me. Until unless I know the exact thing that you have created, very difficult for me to answer that. Okay. Are you working on a website that you share in the fashion industry? Please share your. Yeah, we are working on the same. I'll share the URL with you. No problem. Retail outlets, trying clothes. We are wearing it. Please. Okay. Yeah, I'll share all those things. 5G solution for VR and AR. Well, I'm not sure about the same. All these G's are I don't know, some geek word for me, because when I travel out of India, this same 4G works much more faster, and if I come back in India, 4G becomes like 2G. So not sure. How can you connect? Okay, it's easy. Just type Arijit. Let me do it for everyone. Just type Arijit Bhattacharya. Just mention this in Google. You will find me in Google. Everything is available. I'm ready to connect with any one of you. If you are from Thai family, always there. Okay. Adarsh Patel. Sir, is it possible to make the complicated machine design by the XR? Yes, it is possible. And after to run the machine to solve a query? Yes, it is possible, Adarsh. Very much possible. It all depends on the algorithm that you have. Don't go with all those kind of, all those kind of your complexity at the moment regarding UI. Go for UX first. What is the channel of distribution of your games? I have multiple channels. Well, we share it in Play Stores. We go with collaboration with these kind of hardwares, like you saw this kind of hardware. So I can show you multiple number of hardwares which we co-produce in South Korea, Taiwan. Those kind of countries are actually best producers. Somehow, unfortunate case, I have been looking desperately in India. If I can get some company in India who can actually give me this kind of hardware, we can always go, beyond channel. Yeah. When do you believe India will be practically ready in bandwidth for 3D use like website? Are you working on GU deep learning? Yes, we are working with deep learning, very much working with that. But I really don't have any answer for this. Honestly speaking, too much of this answer is actually too much complicated. When India will be ready, I'm not sure, but I hope, like you, I hope we get this very soon. And for the audience, to be very honest, oh my god, okay, I've got another question. You made a comment that you don't know why India is considered as digital economy. What is the minimum bandwidth you could consider? It's not about the, it's not about the bandwidth. Well, if I want to stream my video with, I don't know the number of audience, maybe 35 or 40, I would be able to stream that video without getting any kind of disturbance. That's what I need. I don't care about the bandwidth. Well, I'll give a live example. I'm sure all of you have traveled out of India, right? When you go to European countries, or maybe, some Asian country, look at the kind of bandwidth that you can get. Look at the kind of bandwidth that you can get with a tourist SIM itself. Forget about your Wi-Fi connection into your hotel. You can get bloody network, inside a sea. That's the kind of bandwidth that we need for collaborations, for communication. It should be without any kind of problem. Okay. So I'd love to, maintain the balance, because I have got 4 minutes left, and I'm sure Piali is ready with a virtual gun to shoot me, and she's going to nuke me if I'm not done within 5 minutes. Yes, that's my number, Mr. Ravi. Yes, that's my number. Well, I'll be more than happy to, talk to you.
If we have any probably last 1 or 2 questions, we can definitely take.
Really, I would love to, address something which is beyond Deeptech. I was actually hosting a couple of webinars with several number of industry leaders from around the globe, literally around the globe. An interesting fact I got to know from Kenya. Kenyan, you can say, hospitality industry, mainly the hotels, they are saying during this COVID time, if you have any issue, if you are, coming as a tourist, or if you want to run your office, you don't have proper place, you can't run it properly, come to us. We are not going to charge you the way we used to charge earlier. You pay our basic fees. You don't have to pay us the whole amount. I'm going to show you my paper. This is the amount I'm investing to run my hotel, including my people, including the laundry service and the restaurant. You just pay me that bill. You stay here for the next 1 month, right? You do your work, and after everything is fine, you are allowed to go, and we will be more than happy to serve you again. It's called creating customer loyalty. So now is not the time where we should think what will happen COVID-19. Will we lose our job? Will we lose our business? This is the right time. This is the right time where you collaborate and you retain your customer. Maybe this is the right time to give your customer a nice call by yourself, not by your PR guy. Say, hi, how are you doing? Are you doing good? Is it everything fine? Things are okay with you? That's gonna affect your business. If you can maintain that balance, well, yes, it's gonna work like anything. Okay, price range of our games. Do you prefer wholesalers? Yes, we do prefer wholesalers. Price range depends on the kind of game that you're looking for. If it is from a celebrity, say for an example, if we are taking care of some celebrity from movies, that character is inside our games, certainly the costing is different because that involves the celebrity cost. It's a licensing cost that we usually go for. If you are working with hardware, you need a combination of hardware along with the software I mean the games, then the pricing are different. Well, yes, Jeet Javeri, best available VR, multiple. Are you talking about device? Yes, multiple. I usually prefer, people to go with something with open source, which can give you a flexibility to work on that same. But yes, if you have a good budget, go for Microsoft HoloLens. It's amazing. Frankly speaking, I wanted to show you all those kind of demo because it's 1 hour only. The demo you saw, I'm not sure whether you saw it in YouTube or not. This is the device that these guys were using. Okay, so I can always do those kind of projection. Maybe later on when I'm there in Ahmedabad, I'm going to do a real life experience with all those kind of virtual reality, augmented reality, Deeptech technologies. I'll be showing you guys stuff with my mobile itself. I can actually project things with my mobile. I don't need anything else. I'm just going to use the camera, and this is going to give you a 3D character in front of you. I can do that as well. I mean, we have those kind of flexibilities. Good to go. 5 o'clock. Thank you so much for being the wonderful audience. I'm really happy that okay, I'm getting a lot of questions. I'll be taking it. Piali, shall we extend it or is it the time?
And it's just more like a related question to the previous ones from Jeet and Ravi, so you can.
Okay, when VR will go as common as smartphones? Interesting question, Mr. Jeet. Honestly speaking, there is a lack of education here, at least in this part of the world. So smartphone cost, if you look at the smartphone, which is maybe coming in the market for 6,000 or 7,000 rupees, they have got limited amount of RAM as well as processor, and the backend security process is not good. If you are using Apple as a smartphone, if you compare that with any normal smartphone, maybe your Android phone, which is maybe from Samsung, price range are a little bit of different price range. But the backend technology is you are protecting your data into deep web. So would you prefer to save your data in deep web, or would you prefer to save your data into some mail account or maybe into some server which can be accessed anywhere? It depends on us. So if you ask me the question of pricing, it depends on us what kind of devices we are talking about. Well, this one we made it available for around $150 only. $150 is not a big deal. You don't need any kind of system or smartphone. If you convert the same amount into Indian currency, I know the dollar pricing is high right now, but if you consider it into an optimistic market, say 70 rupees, just calculate by yourself what becomes the cost of this device. It don't need any kind of smartphone. Yeah, warranty is for 1 year, and certainly we can actually control the device using cloud. I mean, you just need to connect it in the Wi-Fi and we can control it. Like for an example, if something is not working inside, we can actually process the same. But yes, if you got any kind of hardware glitch, the hardware glitch is actually depends on the situation. We give a 1 year warranty. Yeah, that is there. Nice question. Thank you for the question, Mr. Piyush.
Right, then any sort of a last sort of a summarizing of everything that you talked about in the space of deep technology that sort of opens up the opportunity for our startups and maybe post-COVID, specifically or generally?
Well, post-COVID or during COVID, I'll be more than happy to help any one of you who is maybe looking for expansion, business expansion. Forget about the Deeptech. If you feel that from Thai network we can do anything to expand your business, maybe from India to some other country, there are channels available, there are investors available, there are, you can say, funds available, there are partners available. So I'm sure if you guys are in touch, we can do wonders together. And apart from Thai, I do run an investment banking organization, as well as I represent a couple of funds. Recently, I have been assigned a role as Piali was mentioning, as a senator to represent India in World Angel Investors Forum. And I'll be more than happy to take any one of your business into the next level. If you need me, I'm always there.
Perfect. And Arijit, I'll share your email ID with all our participants
Sure.
who have joined us today. I'll do that on email. I'll do that. Right?
But before we end, I think I should give thanks to you guys. You are the back end. Like AI, you are the backbone of Thai, who is doing this wonderful work. Thank you, Piali. Thank you, all the team of Thai Ahmedabad and all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you to iHub, Dhara, and Hiranmai, who have been jointly organizing this entire series with us.
Thank you, Dhara, and thank you. I forgot the
Hiranmai.
Hiranmai. Thank you, Hiranmai. Thank you so much. Piali knows I'm becoming Amir Khan of Gajini movie, so I have that problem nowadays. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thanks everyone for joining, and have a good evening.